ABC's Home Economics is coming back to a screen near you for its second season, and the new episodes kick off in familiar Northern California territory. Stars Topher Grace and Jimmy Tatro are standing by to talk to us ahead of the premiere. Hey, guys.
Hello.
How are you? Morning.
Good morning. We're doing well. So let's start with this. For those who haven't had the opportunity to catch your show so far, tell us what it's all about.
So the show is about three siblings and their families. One of them makes a lot of money, one of them makes an average amount of money, and one of them makes very little money. That obviously creates a bit of a weird, awkward at-home dynamic that I think a lot of families can relate to. And this show is just kind of about that dynamic and about the way that that causes differences and that causes problems. And that creates humor as well.
Right.
And I think a lot of families can relate to it, and a lot of families don't talk about it because it's kind of a weird thing to talk about. So
we'll talk about it for you.
We do the talk.
Well, I can relate to that because I have siblings, and yeah, we all kind of live our lives a little differently, make different kinds of money. Now, the premiere is coming up for the second season.
You brought it up. Who's the rich one?
And with this second season, there's a nice little Northern California tie-in.
Just gloss over a question. We were told there were no restrictions on this interview.
Oh, really?
So who is the rich one in your family?
Well, I have a sister who's a nurse. So she
well, okay,
she's
there.
a
I
high
mean,
earner.
you know, like she deserves all the money in the world.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, she's a high earner.
She is a high earner.
There you go.
And speaking of, she lives in the Bay Area, and the second season of your show starts off with a nice Bay Area tie-in.
It does.
Well, we had these first 7 episodes due to the pandemic. Our first season was 7 episodes, and we didn't know how it would be received. It kind of came on at a weird time in the spring, and we couldn't believe our reception. It was just wonderful. And what's amazing about coming back for season 2 is we get to do everything we did in season 1, but now we get to go outdoors. So our first episode is in Levi Stadium, and we get to go to a 49ers game. And then in subsequent episodes, Connor's newly single, so we go to a nightclub, or he goes to a nightclub and he brings me as his wingman, or we just get to do whatever we want. Anything that's in the writer's imagination. If you liked it last year, this year is just, better and more.
Oh, yeah. And we're looking at some video right now. Jerry Rice, a Hall of Famer, is going to make a special appearance. He's a special guest. Any others?
Hall of Fame actor Jerry Rice is making an appearance on
No
the
joke.
show.
He was so, look, we needed him because all the jokes, literally, if he didn't do it, those jokes wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And we asked him, and he was so kind to come do it. And he was so good at acting. And then he improvised some lines that are big punchlines in the show. And Jimmy and I started to get a little jealous.
It was just like, Jerry, just let us have one thing,
Clearly kind of showing off and showing off some of his acting chops. That's cool. I can't wait to see that. How well do you guys relate to your characters on the show?
Well, besides the fact that I don't have a child in real life, a little bit. Like, I have most of Connor's clothes just in one size up. Like we
like to show off Jimmy's physique on our show. Yeah.
Yeah, I usually wear more of a large guy, and they on the show dress me in more of a medium.
Like a medium.
But I do relate to Connor a little bit. I told Topher this already, but like when I first told my mom about the concept of the show, it sounded a little familiar, and she asked me if I wrote the show. So yeah, you could say I definitely relate to Connor a little bit. I think I'm a little more self-aware than Connor.
No. Yeah, you're not. Jimmy's a very, very kind, open guy. Connor's he puts on a little bit of a macho thing sometimes.
Yeah.
In my life, I kind of took the show to not escape being a dad. I'm here, I'm like, the show shoots very close to my house, but I thought I'll get a little break from changing diapers.
Okay.
We just had our second.
Ooh.
And then showed up at work and the prop person gave me, prop diapers and said, now you have to change the kid.
But at least it's fake poop, and that
At least it's fake poop.
he transitioned from the real
poop, the
be
fake
worse.
poop.
Could be worse.
All right. Well, we can't wait to see the real thing of season 2. Thanks so much for joining us today, Topher and Jimmy. And you can catch that season 2 premiere of Home Economics this Wednesday, September 22nd, right here on ABC 10.